everybody, and welcome to our numbers segment of the week. Here is where John from VOMP on the couch, Dad,
me
across from me, and me, Hudson,
Brando,
talk about our numbers that we've done this week. John for VOMP, and then you and I for our own businesses, if that makes sense.
You can hardly keep from giggling inside. Just
why?
Well, because you're doing
the
work.
I'm not slacking.
Baby stepping.
Check me out. I'm real bad. No, yeah, it's last week was a big week thanks to a singular client, 8 separate videos, shot in the arm, and then this week I had a good week as well. So that's definitely not as good as that week, but I'm still thankful for it. So anyway, what we do is start out with Johnny and VOMP.
Sure. All right. So we had 55 warm responses this week.
Okay.
Another good week.
Yep. 15 auditions. Waiting to hear back on a fair amount of those.
15 auditions.
And
15.
then 5 jobs. Christine Brito, Noel Romano, Todd Haskell, and Bill DeWeese twice.
Say those again. Todd Haskell, Christine Brito,
Noel
Romano, and Bill DeWeese twice.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Nice. Guess you didn't need him to say it twice.
I just wanted to make sure.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
People like to hear their names read, especially when I'm booking jobs.
Yep.
Yeah, VOMP's doing well.
Yeah.
It seems like every day we're getting people with jobs, and it's kind of funny because it seems like as I'm starting to gain more traction, and there's people that have been in it for about as long as I have, they're starting to gain traction too, and so we're kind of moving up together. So it's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, we talk about a slowdown around the holidays, and that happened with me, especially the first 8-9 years. You hit around Thanksgiving, and things can go down pretty quickly. And if you aren't doing a lot of Christmas, type corporate commercial type work, then it can go down. And it seems like it takes a while to get chugging there. A lot of times my Januaries weren't just super, super great. So people need to understand that can happen.
Yep.
But on the other hand, as I've gained more traction, especially with the direct email marketing, those times of kind of slowdown have been a lot less. And I'm not predicting this at all, but I'm wondering if, because a lot of our folks have been with us now, maybe they won't experience the same slowdown they had last year.
Yeah,
filling in the gaps.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't say for sure because you just don't know. You just have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. But the thing that isn't a guess, the longer you're in it, the more you put in the funnel, the more numbers you put in, the more clients you get, the more that just doesn't happen as much, or you don't feel it as much.
Yep.
Does that all make sense?
Makes sense. Yep.
So anyway, and Drew is back to making cold calls. He has been for a while now. So that's
That helps.
a good thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And I think it was this last week, and I was sick. So my head's a little bit like spinning.
Fuzzy.
Yeah. But I think it was this last week that my assistant Andy sent out another 500 or something like that.
I think it ended up being, he told me he went
That's here.
on it wasn't really a vacation, but he went away for about a week, about 2 weeks ago. And then he came back and started sending out again, and he just told me a couple of days ago they had forgotten to let me know. So there's been probably over 1,000 in the past 2 weeks that have gone. Well,
we
over
just
1,000.
reported the 500 this last week, but there was something that went out. Okay,
Correct.
got it. Yeah.
Yep.
I know he does that. I mean, regularly, and we usually post it, but every once in a while, it's like in this case, it slipped through the cracks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to look to see if I could find the post to tell you exactly how
I
much.
think it's like 526.
Yeah, that's
or
what I
something.
thought, over 500. But you're
Andy
saying
sent out 516 emails
60.
today regarding our roster.
Yeah.
And if people watch
Thanks,
this, then they're probably, tuning into our Facebook. But I see that more people are liking posts, encouraging others. And we don't do a lot of promoting of our Facebook or our YouTube page. But, if people can visit that, tell other voiceover talent about that, like and subscribe, all those good things, that would be very helpful for us and to spread the word. If you like the content that we give, I was telling Hudson back about 7-8 years ago when Bill Deweese and his partner Fred Gleek would talk about his week and say, "What was your week like, Bill?" That's what Fred would say. And he'd say, "Oh, it was a $3,560 week." I was just intrigued because then he'd kind of break it down sometimes. And I'm the type of person that encourages me. And it says, "Oh, wow, somebody's making that kind of money." Or one time I remember they did a video, "What does an $8,000 voiceover week look like?" And it's like, $8,000? I mean, back just before I started voiceover, that was 3 months. That was, for you, that was 3 months of my regular job. And you made it in a week? It's like, give me more of that kind of stuff. And so I was always intrigued by that. So maybe you don't like us giving our numbers, but we do that as a transparency type thing for you, for VOMP, for us, to say this is what we're doing each week. Just so you know, we're building our company. We're trying to help you out. And then what Hudson and I are trying to do is saying this is what it looks like for an established voiceover talent who's done direct email marketing for many, many years. And here's somebody that's just starting out and what it looks like so that people that are just starting out can see, oh, Hudson had a big week. Oh, he had a small week. Oh, he didn't market this week, so that cost him. All those types of things. So anyway, I can't even remember what my point was, but I guess if people
holiday season, you were saying that
and if people like this content, please like it, subscribe, and encourage other people. Because there's 45 or so people that we represent for direct email marketing, and be nice to encourage them and say, hang in there, we're doing it. You see Noel, you see Bill, you see Todd Haskell.
Those have been with us the longest.
We found that you can't. There's also not like an amount of encouragement that is too much. You know what I'm saying? We found that it really helps to have, at least I have. I mean, I've got a plethora of people, big word for me. But when you're a voiceover talent, you can use big words. Yeah.
Well,
I use a lot of words I don't know the meaning of.
I don't know if you've said this yet, but we go on other people take vacations throughout the year, but in our family, but as a whole family, we go on vacation the week of Thanksgiving. It's, people aren't open. Our video production companies probably aren't open on Thursdays. We found it to be a little bit of a slower time for that. And so we go away for a week someplace warm. And anyway, we'll be leaving Thursday of this next week, and we'll be back that next Friday. I think it's the 2nd.
Correct.
And so I just want to let people know that, and I will let people know in the Friday update email, that Joe will have sent out all emails for the month of November. You're not going to get shorted your number of emails that you selected for the month while we're gone. Also, I'll be taking the company computer with me on vacation, and Joe will have his phone on him. Be
a working vacation.
Correct. So if you have any sort of, we're going to try not
VOMP
to work.
is on your side.
In the sense of we're going to try not to, we're not going to be sending out emails, but we're available if you need something. We don't mind helping. And we'll also make sure that nothing slips through the cracks for any auditions or jobs that come your way while we're out. But I just want to let people know that the numbers have gone out, or they're going to go out before we leave on vacation. And then we'll hit the ground running again in December. So point. Joe will have that out before we start, or before we leave.
That's a good point.
And
those
let us
emails aren't being wasted.
Right.
Correct. You won't get shorted. And then please don't feel like you can't contact us if you need something. And then we'll make sure that we forward anything, warm responses, auditions, or jobs that come in while we're gone. So
just one real quick thing. Because our database is a global database,
True.
Sometimes where you are busy on Thursday and Friday.
True.
I've been busy. I've gotten work. Now, a lot of it, because it's a global economy and people think that way, clients in India and Singapore and China and stuff, they say, oh, it's the holidays in the United States, so they lay off. But some don't. Some send you work. I've awakened many times on a Thanksgiving day to an e-learning project.
Nothing like making some money on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and sometimes I did it if I had time. Sometimes I just said, it's the holidays and they're fine with it. But anyway, I guess that was my point.
All good?
Yeah.
All right, on to my numbers. This week I had 3 warm responses, 2 auditions, and I think I actually won both auditions this week.
Wow.
I at least won one for sure. But I had 3 jobs this week, and John didn't include those in his. I got one from the VOMP roster. I got a new client, which was technically a referral from you, $400. And then I got a job from a guy that I've worked with multiple times from India, and he had 5 scripts. And I've been working with him kind of not since the start of my VO journey, but fairly early on. So we've decided on a rate, and we've stayed with it. And so I appreciate him coming to me all the time, because at this point, when we talked about it, when you referred me, you said it's not that great of a rate. But I said, for me, I'm just looking to make money. I'm just looking to fill up my schedule, looking to fill up my client list, because even if it's not the greatest work, I'm working. And for me right now, that's the biggest thing, is being able to fill in the gaps during these times that are slow. Because last year, very slow. And I was sick, which was part of it. I got a new email. I couldn't send emails out right away. So there were some other things that were going on, but I don't want my December, January, February to be as dead as it was
You just
last
can't have
year.
that.
No,
Keep your
I
business
don't.
Going.
So anyway,
you're talking about that was the $400 job?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was going to ask you just to explain that, because I was glad you did, because it was a rate that I just decided not to work for because I'm very busy right
It's
now.
40 minutes of audio.
Yeah. And
So-
that's $10 a finished minute, which again isn't super great. A lot of you guys wouldn't work for that maybe. I might work for it if I was really slow. But
I will.
I'm really busy, and
I'm
I
taking
passed
it.
it off to Hudson.
Yep.
And so good for you. I'm very glad. Why not? Why wouldn't you? If you don't have any work, why wouldn't you do it?
And then I also won a $300 job on Upwork, which I will get $240 for. $244. So I'll get $240.
for.
And then I had $24 added on as a tip, a $30 tip on
nice.
Upwork for a guy that I worked with. I actually did the
Oh,
producing of the audio for him, and he was happy about it. So he gave me
and Upwork takes 20% of the
I
tip
think
too.
they might. Yep.
Just like
So,
Fiverr.
But
Well,
I like Upwork 10 times better.
Yeah, well, we're grumpy sometimes about Fiverr, but I think we've thought about that, and I think the point is they don't want people doing under the table jobs of, hey, if we'll do this for $10, I'll give you a $200 tip, and we will leave Fiverr out of
Sure.
it. So I don't know if that's exactly why they do it, but maybe that's why.
Didn't make any money on Fiverr, which is $6.40 less than I made last week on Fiverr. And then I did editing for you for a grand total of $1,169.
That's your second week over 1,000. Last week was 3,600 or something like that.
I think maybe the week before that I had over 1,000 too. So
Good.
it might be 3 running.
Yeah.
It's either that or it was the week before that. So a month ago that
Yeah.
I thought I was going to maybe make close to my record, which was $1,470. Well, last week I beat that. So
Well, as you close out this year, you'll have to evaluate: is $500 a week what I want to shoot for, or realistically, do I want to shoot for
I'd like to move up.
$750?
Yeah. I'd like to move
and then
up.
all of a sudden, your yearly income is quite a bit more. So
Yeah,
something
so
to
that
think
was a decent week for me. Nice to come back with a halfway decent week after a booming week.
about. Well, I've been sick all week, and so it was a grinding week. Boy, I tell you, it's just, it's not milking cows. It's not putting up sheetrock. It's not working in an ER as a nurse or a doctor. It's not going to war, that's for sure. But I'll tell you, for a soft guy like me, having to work when you're sick and make your voice work and try to sound enthusiastic when you're just
It's more
dragging.
mentally taxing.
It is. And I did the thing where I would, get up early, take a shower, warm up, really slow, drink so much honey and lemon and water and all these different things, vaporizing, lay down in between sessions and stuff. But I think I'm on the outside of that. So hopefully usually I'm sick once a year. So hopefully this is going to be for this whole next year, 2023. We'll knock on wood. Platforms, basically it's just Fiverr now, $2,302.60. My direct email marketing was $3,064.50. My grand total was $5,817.10. $5,817.10. And one of the things we're going to do when we talk about sickness is we're going to talk about how do you manage your clients, especially if you're very busy like I am? How do you, if you're not busy, if you're only doing, 1 a week or 2 a week or 10 a week even, then you need this?
Yes, please.
Then,
Thank you.
Then that's not such a big deal. But if you're doing 10 projects a day, then you've got to figure out how to triage your work and such. So anyway, $5,817.10. And because of my sickness, I have probably about $1,500 worth of projects in the queue for
They need
for
your
next
normal
week.
voice.
Yeah. And by the way, just one quick note. With my numbers this week, I broke the $300,000 mark today.
Nice.
That's for the third year. And I did 3 years prior to that over 200K, and 1 year prior to that over in multiple six figures. It was 137,000.
Wow.
So I've gone 7 years over six figures.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
The proof is in the pudding.
Very thankful for all you guys, all your encouragement as my family. Hudson helps edit. You've helped market. You do my Fiverr. Hudson helps with Upwork. Mom does a whole bunch of stuff. Damon, Deshaun, Drew, Joe, everybody helps. So it's not a one-person operation, that's for sure. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for helping me with my business.
I guess it's Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Early
Thank you.
Thanksgiving.
No, thank you.
I want to thank you.
No, I thank you more. All right. Well, that's been our numbers for this week. John, thank you for coming
You bet.
and doing the VOMP numbers. Dad, thanks for your numbers. And Hudson, thank you for your numbers. If you want to post your numbers, feel free. No judgment going on either way, whether you make a lot or you make a little. We're all in this together. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Check out our 34th episode of the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast Wednesday. See you then.